we first come to a place here to see what is holding us back, maybe traumas of the past that, or maybe you had an experience in your life which affected you, or maybe even with your recent partner, some few words were just spoken and bang, something shuts off. It can be as simple as that. I'm telling you, as simple as that can shut you off. And all of a sudden, you're not connected with your sexual energy and you don't even want to know. So it's very delicate. It's a very delicate energy, because the moment there is something there which is not at ease, boom, contracts and stops. So just that, if you take a moment to just skim through just this lifetime, just to skim a little bit through your past. Just boom, very quickly, all those moments in your life that created that, that's already enough for you to have some maybe difficulty. So it is very normal, and yes, there's some work to do with the sexual energy, and maybe a woman there's more, because of course it's something so receptive, it's like a sponge, it's like a triple minus, it just absorbs everything, our womb, it's just like a sponge. So all of your experiences in your life, which maybe, even if you're not aware of, but your system got shocked slightly, that is what we call a trauma. That is a trauma, it's a shock. Boom, a shock, and that contracts. So I'm really bringing it in a very simple way, that is all it is. Because many times I do meet women, privately, and they come with a huge story, I have so many problems, and I don't orgasm, and I don't feel my womb, and I don't feel this, and I don't feel sexual energy, but yes, because the story became so big for you. But if we, just like any other situation, we drop the story down, and we come to it, meeting it directly, what is there? And it could be that there is a shock, or there is that trauma which is still holding. So now we have, the privilege to work with it. Hey, there is some attention to it. And here's when we can start to relax our yoni, the vaginal walls inside, all the way up to the cervix. What I see as well, that many times that part is very tense. Many times. It's just tense. So let's just simply speak overall, because I want you to really drop down that huge blockage, if there is any, about sexuality. Yeah? When your body is tight, when your spine is tight, can your energy flow? So how do we allow our energies to flow? By relaxing the body. So it's exactly the same. Vaginal walls, many times it's tense. Through the past, through not cultivating an awareness and whatever we need to bring there, it's tense. And their energy cannot simply move. So then what happens, in the fast world that we live in as well, even in sexuality or sexual intimacy, everybody doesn't have time, to tap into this whole tantric 2-3 hours of lovemaking, every night maybe, or every day, because you need some consistency for you to open up. It's not just going to happen like this either. So we don't have time for that most of the time. And just to satisfy ourselves, or just to move that sexual energy because it's kind of bothering us there, like it starts pushing on the sides and you get fidgety a bit, There's sometimes you see some fidgetiness, and that is because of that, there's kind of that. So what do we do, Then there's this like clitoris orgasm, and then there we, I can rest. I can rest, yeah? But of course, it's a temporary relief, You're not really healing anything with that. It's fine, nothing wrong, but you're not going anything deeper. Yeah. So here, like what I've seen through, and even through my own experience, to come to a place of healing your sexual energy and your womb and your vaginal walls and all of that, kind of you must be slightly more patient and put aside for a bit clitoris orgasms. Just for a bit. And focus on the healing orgasms. Because the internal orgasms, they are healing. Here, okay, you can speak about the pleasure side, but here I want to speak about the healing aspect of the sexual energy, because it's very healing. And when we use the energy, we don't waste it. Clitoris orgasm, you're wasting your energy. Literally out. Unless you become very good at it and you direct it all in. But that will come afterwards. But internal orgasms, meaning you guide your energy up, that is going to help to release those shocks inside you. And this is why many women now are tapping into Tantra and having all sorts of experiences, and even like crying and releasing, because this is happening. Your energy, see it as an energy so strong, when of course there is the before practice, the preparation to open up and soften your space. But this energy, when it moves up through you, maybe first it will like get stuck in your solar plexus, which is fine, you're healing that as well. But it starts moving higher and higher and higher, and you open up your energies, your chakras, like everything, This is one path, as well. The tantric path, it is also a beautiful path because you work so much with your own energies and you learn how to use them. Use them for purification first, and also these inner orgasms, internal orgasms, you're also purifying your energies there. Okay, so that's also purification. Again, the microcosmic orbit. Microcosmic orbit is coming from the Taoist tradition, but it's a beautiful practice of how you do a very good purification to the sexual energy. So here we have an orbit from the bottom that goes up and through the third eye and down. And it's like it is called, that's why, a microcosmic orbit. And here you channel your own sexual energy and you purify it. And it purifies the sexual energy and your chakras, the yin and the yang. The back is the yang and the front is the yin. So it's a really, really, really good practice. One way, internal orgasms, go for it, because they're super healing, super healing. And yoni eggs. Yes, yoni eggs is actually where you can start from, because you first need to connect. Many times we are numb, we're insensitive because of all the layers, just like the heart, just like anything else, it creates layers and barrier, and then you are separate, you're not completely embodied as that womb space. So yoni egg, which is a crystal, then you can work with that crystal inside the yoni, and right away your awareness from here, your attention will start to want to come here. And so if you're not if it's still a bit quite dark or misty, or gray, this is a good practice to start from, to bring your attention all the way inside your womb space. So connection is actually the key point. You have to start from connecting. That is the foundation of that part. And then of course, like an exercise that you could do, start to acknowledge what is here. And at first you're like, maybe, what is here? Nothing is here. It happens to me, and I know so many other girls, you know. Even you place the yoni egg inside and you don't even feel it. Like, what's this? This is not good, this yoni egg, just leave it. What are they talking about? But the reason is because of desensitization. The traumas, the density that is, and the tension that is inside. So by a bit of patience and allowing it to just be like that, not pushing anything, you know, and bit by bit, the sensitivity will start returning. At the same time, with certain practices you can do, you will be stimulating your inner walls. Just like reflexology, just exactly the same inside, you will have all these different points that are connected to your organs and that are actually connected to your past life experience. The same within your vaginal walls, and sexual energy then will not be passing through this much, but will be passing more and more and more and more, huge like this, rebalancing. And when that rebalancing happens and, like, you know, everything is aligned, then of course, you know, there's a lot of nourishment that comes through your own sexual energy. And sexual energy is for yourself, you know, at first, like, learn about it for you, you know, like really learn how to utilize it, use it for healing. You can then guide it, you know, you can guide it to your organs. You know, you can heal like so many things with it, you know. You can also like guide it up, sublime the energy. You have a lot of sexual energy, you know, use it, bring it up, bring it up, bring it to your crown chakra, meditate. Yeah, because you are, when you're rising the energy up, it's changing. Yeah, did you notice this morning how when you go up and you're subliming the energy, instantly you purified it. It's exactly the same.
But when you say that, you know, the energy and kind of bringing it up, but you also mean with the actual orgasmic, like when you are...
Yes, you can also focus, like you can also focus maybe at first in the heart. It's good to come to the heart first. So like start to, you know, when you're like working with the sexual energy, bring it to the heart, like focus in your heart. Even if you're with your partner, you know, even if you place your hand on his heart, this will also guide, you will also be guiding that. So the energy rises up. It doesn't stay here, because if it stays here, then most probably what will happen will be an explosive orgasm. You know, because like you cannot handle it here. So if you start feeling there's a lot of energy, you work with it just by your attention, you know, you just guide it to your heart and you just use your breath. The breath is very important. Even sound is very important, you know, like even when we breathe, this is why I like, even like a yoga, simple yoga practice, when we work with energy, like you must use your breath, you know, and when we're working with deep positions as well, like naturally, like it wants to come out, you know, you need to like use your breath so that energy can move. And with the orgasms as well, like guide it up, you know, and if like, it's good first to focus around the heart and like to give all of that to the heart, touches, you know, that can enhance our life, our connections, and it's very deeply healing as well. And even like the eyes, you know, like there's a certain trust that one can start. That trust, for a woman especially, can even allow her to relax, like her womb. Because many times if there is certain things still not undealt with, like mistrust, it's also kind of blocking something, you know, like how can you have a cervical orgasm, like a very deep heart-based orgasm, if there is mistrust inside, or there is, you know, some kind of pain and you're holding on that, it's not going to happen like that. So you just work with whatever is coming to your awareness to simply heal. even just by connecting and bringing your attention here, giving some inner love meditation to your womb, releasing emotions from the womb. We'll have that practice as well. The heart and womb, deepening that connection. And I think maybe tomorrow we have the emotional clearing, womb emotional clearing, with the sounds and light. And we'll do this on each other as well. You can also have inner orgasm just by dancing or just by little movement. You can already have that. Yeah.
If you do have like a lot of sexual energy in your body, but there is no actual internal sexual orgasm happening, like there's no action.
Yes.
Is it having like a damaging effect on the body, or does it? Because I sort of feel it being released in other ways, like
Yes.
through other places, if it makes sense, in my body. So why not having that sexual orgasm? Is it like having any bad effect on me?
Yes, I'm with you completely here. And yes, the only thing that I see when it's a lot of it and you're not directing it anywhere, then your whole energy becomes a bit not like smooth and contained. And exactly as you said, it starts to want to come out in different ways. So there, what would be good practice for you, like when you feel that, sit down or lie down and just simply, like you don't need to feel orgasms, just simply, even just to place your hands on the heart and you just guide. It's everywhere, you know, it's not just localized. I know it's like, it could be very huge, but guide it, like condense it and bring it, you know. You have to contain it, and bring it, like it's just like you're pulling it, literally. Breathing with your breath, and like you guide it up your heart. Like energy moving through the heart, you know, and like even opening and rippling more, you know. You can even experience a heart orgasm, you know, as well.